Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. All right, so tonight is New Year's Eve. Start thinking about how 2023 went, 2024, your hopes, your aspirations, your goals. But I want to caution you, and this is the topic of the video. Healing deadlines do not work. All right. So we'll get to that in a second. Let's breathe. Hope everybody's doing well. Had an amazing Christmas. Are geared up for a Happy New Year tonight. Relax your body. Smile. You made it through a year. And that's the point. You have a 100% track record of making it through difficult times. Which means if you're still in difficult times, rest easy. You're going to get through it. I promise you that. So, healing deadlines don't work. Can't tell you how many times I hear people say, I'm going to be better by June because my daughter's getting married then. Or I'm going to be better by the end of next month because I want to get back to the gym. I'm going to be better by this time next year. And most often, those people end up very disappointed because they're focused on the outcome. They're focused on the deadline. And even that word deadline is negative connotation, right? Subconsciously, it's like, ooh, I'm dead if I don't make it. Not true. Not true, not true, but healing deadlines don't work. And the primary reason for it is you're not focused on today. You're not focused on, am I being more clear with myself? Am I speaking to my brain in a way that partners me with my scared, misinformed brain? Am I responding more calmly? Am I shifting my attention away from the symptoms because I'm no longer as afraid as I used to be? Meaning, am I less fearful today? Let me focus on today. Because if you're focused on a deadline out in the future, every day that passes and that date nears, what's going to happen? Oh no, I'm halfway to my deadline. I should be 50% better by now, and I'm not. Oh no. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Doom, doom, doom. It's not a difficult concept to understand. The brain perceiving danger is the cause of the symptoms. How do you think the brain's going to interpret pressure and a deadline to get better by then? How do you think the brain's going to interpret days or weeks or months passing by and perhaps not being at your goal yet? All right? Danger, danger. We're getting close. We're not going to meet our deadline. And I see this time and time again. And I think what's really, really important is to give yourself grace. This process will take as long as this process takes. I am not meaning to discourage anybody, but it can't be rushed because the harder you push, the harder you try to rush, the more pressure you're putting on yourself and the more judgment you're going to have on your results if you don't get them immediately, right? So it's pretty straightforward. We want to set the intention to teach the brain, I'm actually okay. Well, by saying, I need to be better by, whenever, is not conveying that I'm already safe. It's saying, I'm in big trouble and I'm going to be out of it by this point. Right? These healing deadlines do not work. I've never seen them work. Might be nice to say, well, it'd be great. But wherever you are on that day is where you're going to be on that day, and the pressure of a deadline does not help. So please don't get carried away setting your New Year's Eve resolution that this is the time I'm going to get pain-free, or I'm going to be pain-free by the end of the first quarter, or the first month, or the first 6 months, or by this time next year. Those deadlines, while they're very well-intentioned and well-meaning, they just put way too much pressure on the outcome. So anytime you notice your symptoms, you're going to think, I'm not at the outcome yet. Darn it, this isn't working. Right? Does this make sense? Comment below. Let me know if this makes sense. I've not really seen anybody benefit by setting deadlines for themselves. All it does is create more pressure, more fear that I'm not going to get there by then. And inevitably, with these deadlines, somebody will have a flare-up and they'll be like, my symptoms, my pain is as bad as it was when I first got started. I haven't made any progress. I'm back to square one. No, you're not. Notice your progress. Keep a progress journal. Anytime you notice something positive, write it down. So if you have a tough day, you can look back at all the progress you've made. Don't skip this step, because when you're in a flare-up and symptoms are kicking your butt, you're going to forget about every bit of progress, optimism, joy, expansion of your activities and your life. You're going to forget all that stuff. You're going to throw it out the window. You're going to jump into this pool called despair, and you're going to convince yourself that this isn't working. I'm not making any progress. And oh, by the way, I'm not making my deadline. Now, I was just pretty animated doing that. But that is the mindset which I come across often in my coaching and in the people who are commenting on the YouTube and Facebook videos. Deadlines don't help, folks. They're just not the solution. The solution is focus on today, right now. Am I more confident and clear than I was yesterday? Am I more calm than I was yesterday? Am I less fearful than I was yesterday? Am I freaking out less, if not fewer times per day for lesser durations? And then fewer times a day, right? And then fewer times a week, fewer times a month. Am I able to catch the freakouts earlier and go, oh, nope, don't do that. Come on, here we go, Dan. You're all right. Am I more able to calmly reassure myself than I was yesterday? Am I feeling more authentic in my own reassurance than I was yesterday? These are all ways of progress, measuring progress beyond the ultimate goal of no symptoms. The symptoms are going to go away when you no longer care when or if they go away, and when you make your mindset and your focus on the process today your primary focus. We cannot heal ourselves 6 months from now. But you can work towards it and take those baby steps and keep on making forward progress every day if you focus on today. Having a tough day? See how quickly you can turn that around with a mindset shift. With the clarity of knowing, I get this, I understand what's going on. Perceived danger is creating the pain or the symptoms. I get that. So even if you're in a panic and you're freaking out a little bit and your symptoms are kicking your butt, mindset shifts and that calm reassurance, authentically knowing you know what causes it, you know that this applies to you, can shift things reasonably quick. I've had people say that they took a really bad start to a day and turned it into a pretty good day just through the mindset and the clarity and the remaining calm and reminding ourselves, I'm actually okay. I'm not going to fuel this little bit of a flare-up with the fear. Put the lighter fluid down, folks. You don't need it for this task. Get out the bucket of ice. Get out the bucket of water. Douse the flames with cool confidence, clarity, certainty. Because if you keep on freaking out, looking at that deadline that you've set for yourself, which is just an artificial random number or date, you're just putting more pressure on yourself. And when it doesn't happen, your perfectionist self is going to go, see, I knew you weren't good enough to do this. I knew you couldn't do this. You must be some kind of special broken. You're not, folks. Give yourself some leeway to allow this process to work. Because when you focus on today and you focus on the right things and the mindset first and lowering the fear and the calm reassurance, teaching your brain that you're actually okay by your thoughts, actions, behaviors. It will happen, but it will happen when it happens, not when you demand it to happen. So I'm going to wrap this one up here. Happy New Year's. It's wonderful to set some goals. It's wonderful to think ahead, but don't put a deadline on recovery and ending your symptoms, because I've never seen that work. And just don't do it. Focus on today. That is a worthy goal. That is a worthy New Year's resolution. I resolve to stay focused on the present day and the things I can control this moment. I like that one. So, I love you all. You're awesome. 2023 was a great year. Lots of progress, lots of success, lots of people learning about these concepts. Lots of viewers, lots of new subscribers. I probably picked up 18,000 subscribers in the past year. Share this content if you find this helpful. Share it with friends. Send people to dansfaststart.com. It's the best place to get a real quick overview of what's going on, figuring out if it applies to you, and what to do about it. So send people there. Tell them to subscribe to the channel so they'll see the notifications for the daily videos. And, if you want some help, 2024 is a great time to join the group, get some extra support. You don't have to do this by yourself. You can have my support. You can have the support of this wonderful, loving community. You can listen to other people's progress, what's working for them. You can get cheered on by everybody else. So painfreeyougroup.com. And as usual, we'll see you tomorrow, folks. Love you.